Hey, how's it going, folks? Badskwall here. And today we got a bit of news that just came out around this morning, maybe even overnight. Apparently, Microsoft, or rather the Xbox division of Microsoft, however you want to word that, they're planning on increasing the prices of Xbox Live Gold. For those who don't know what Xbox Live Gold is, it's basically a pay per month service, or you can pay in bulk, however you plan on paying, that allows you to access online multiplayer features for Xbox Live, or just Xbox services in general. So this includes anytime you log on to Xbox or an Xbox console, or even the Xbox service. It allows you to play online with other people. Without that subscription, you're not able to connect online to other people and play with them. Now, you can still connect online, you can still interact with other players, it's just that you won't be able to actually play in games with them. This also includes free-to-play games like Fortnite, and other consoles, PlayStation, Switch, PC, of course PC. It's all free for free-to-play games. You don't need to pay for a monthly subscription to play online with other people in a free-to-play game. Again, in Fortnite's instance, it's a free-to-play game, which means that you don't have to pay to play it. Xbox is the only service that forces gamers to pay in order to play with others, if you get my meaning. So they are increasing the price for this service. Now, normally, before this point, Xbox Live Gold by itself was $60 US a year. So that comes out to about $5 a month, right? Pretty cheap. Now they're increasing that price to $10 a month, which comes out to $120 a year. They're doubling the price of Xbox Live Gold. Now, for those who are familiar with the Xbox Game Pass service, that's a separate service. Game Pass allows you to access over 100 different games straight from their library. You can download them to your console, or you can stream them using xCloud. Not on iPhone currently, unfortunately, but you can play these games for as long as you want, with no time limits, as long as you pay for the service. That's Game Pass, okay? Game Pass Ultimate is a separate, I guess, branch tree of Game Pass, where it gives you not only the Game Pass service, but it also gives you Xbox Live Gold. So not only can you access those hundreds of games and download them however you want, play them however long you want, but you also have the Gold service, which allows you to play online with other people. Now, there are some people out there that don't really care for either one. Some people, they like to play online with friends, but they don't really have a need to access those hundreds of games because they probably already have a big library. For people that play on these consoles almost weekly, and you've been on these consoles for years. Xbox has a huge list of backwards compatible titles, some of which are available on Game Pass Ultimate and Game Pass, right? Some people don't even need that service because they already have the games. They have no need to pay for the service to access those. But what it seems like Microsoft is trying to do right now is they're trying to force everybody to get on board with Game Pass. So this is a positive and a negative thing, in my opinion, right? Because Game Pass Ultimate, or just Game Pass in general, is a great service. I feel like it's one of the best gaming deals you can get anywhere. And Game Pass also translates over to PC as well. So if you're a PC gamer, you've got most of the same games on PC. There are some exclusive titles there that are only available on the Game Pass service for PC, but you have access to those. And having it on PC and Xbox is great because Microsoft, of course, they pretty much run the gaming market on both console and PC right now. Not saying they're dominating, but they have a big presence on both. Steam is its own thing, but Microsoft, of course, they develop the Windows programs. They're a huge PC gaming market, right? So enough of that. Let's get back to the price hike, right? So $120 a year for Xbox Live Gold. Game Pass Ultimate, which includes the Game Pass service and the Xbox Live Gold service, is $15 a month. That translates to $180 a year. So you're only paying $60 more for that Game Pass Ultimate service, or the Game Pass service, right? And previously, it was a much bigger price difference, right? You know, it went from 60, and then if you wanted to do the Game Pass Ultimate, it was 180. So that's, you know, triple the price, right? Now they're making it, you know, a 50% increase, which to me is interesting. I don't know many people that don't like the Game Pass service, especially people that play on PC, because PC, that's a great value for people that play on PC, because you get access to all these Xbox games that they, you know, they don't play on console, right? PC gamers, they're pretty exclusive. They like to play on PC. And so now they have access to all these great Xbox games that they couldn't play before. So it's like, wow, this is a great value. You get Halo, you get Gears of War, you know, all these great Xbox titles that were once only exclusive to the console. But yeah, it really seems like the Xbox or Microsoft, or whoever, however you want to word it, is trying to push for all players to get on board with Game Pass. And again, that's a good and bad thing, because there are those that want just Xbox Live, and there are those that want both, right? Some people say, again, they say we don't want this service, we just want to pay for Xbox Live Gold, and you are paying more for it. You know, if you just pay for Gold, even right now, even with the price increase, paying for just Gold is cheaper, mind you, $60 cheaper, but cheaper than doing the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate service, which includes both your Gold and your Game Pass, excuse me. So I just want to kind of go over this article real quick that I found. This is from TheVerge.com. Okay, you guys might be familiar with The Verge. And I'm just going to kind of read over it with you. Now, they did go over a couple, they didn't mention a couple things. So, Xbox Live Game Pass Ultimate, the prices will not change. So, even though Xbox Live Gold is increasing doubly, Game Pass Ultimate is not changing their prices. So, it's still going to be $15 a month. This means that the gap is now closer, and the value for Game Pass Ultimate is now way more apparent. For only $60 a month extra a year, you can get both your Gold and your Game Pass service. And again, that's really kind of crappy, because, you know, it's like they're really just trying to push people towards a service, and not everybody's going to be on board with. And Xbox has had a really good track record recently of being very community focused. You know, we're not interested in you know, battles between, you know, other third-party companies. We're not interested in, you know, the console wars. We just want peace and love. Like, they're very community focused. They've come a long way since since 2013, when the Xbox One first launched. It is a night and day difference between that Xbox and the Xbox of today. But then they go and do something like this, which is, in my opinion, not very consumer focused. It's very much like, we want to force one of our services onto you whether you like it or not. And it's kind of scummy. Ethically, it's not a great move, but business-wise, it's a fantastic move. Because again, you know, $60 more a year, you can get that Game Pass Ultimate, and you can get the Game Pass service. That's going to be a little bit more of an easier sell than saying, oh, for let's say $120 extra a month or a year, you can get the Game Pass Ultimate service. Now, I should also mention, for those who aren't familiar with Game Pass, there is a Game Pass for PC and a Game Pass for console. As I mentioned earlier, Game Pass has different titles between the two. They share a lot of the same titles, but there's also exclusive titles, like currently Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. That is exclusive, as of right now, exclusively on PC Game Pass service, because it's currently only a PC game. They are bringing it to console later this year, I think around June or July, but as it stands right now, that would be one of those titles where you can only get it on Game Pass PC. If you have Game Pass Ultimate, you get access to both. So that's another value in itself as well. If you play on PC and you have an Xbox console, you're going to have it all. You're going to have access to all the games. For those that only play on Xbox for the exclusives, this is a great service for you. People that are really just wanting to play stuff like Halo and Gears of War, and Forza. You know, like they're going to want to, you know, some people don't really want to jump into a new console and have to pay a full price for a game. You know, you can just pay like a 1 month, just pay for 1 month of it, and then you can try the games out. And then the cool thing is you can cancel at any time, so you don't have to, you know, there's no cancellation fees. You don't have to buy in bulk. It's the same price whether you buy in bulk or buy, you know, per month. They're not giving you discounts. Like, it doesn't give you a discount if you buy Game Pass Ultimate for a month versus 3 months, right? As far as I'm concerned, I'm not entirely sure on that. I could be wrong. But as far as I know, it is the same price if you buy in bulk. Now, earlier last year, I believe they did remove the 12-month option for the Xbox Live Gold service, and I think we're now seeing why they did that. They're pretty much trying to just almost completely dissolve Xbox Live Gold and just say Game Pass Ultimate is your only option for online play. So that's my thinking. I think what we're going into right now is kind of a transition phase. This is the first step in many steps that we're going to see where Xbox is trying to completely get rid of Xbox Live Gold and just say, you know what, gamers, if you want to play online with Xbox, you're going to get Game Pass anyway. And which is, again, some people will use that, some people won't. You are paying more for it, so they're kind of forcing their consumers to pay more. And it's ethically kind of scummy, but it is a great value. And so it's kind of like business-wise, great. It's a great move. Pushing Game Pass right now is their strongest leverage right now in the, I guess, console wars, if that's what you want to call it. Really, it's just a matter of what's a reason that we should come play on Xbox, right? Because as of right now, they don't really have a ton of strong first-party titles that are brand new. They have a great backlog of great games. Games like Master Chief Collection. You've got all the Fable games, and they just acquired Bethesda, which means that all the future Bethesda titles, the big, AAA, Skyrim, whatever, Elder Scrolls 6, Wolfenstein, that's all going to be on Xbox. But we don't have those products in our hand right now. Again, this is kind of a transition phase. This is kind of setting up the dominoes for future events. I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot more about this summer or this spring, whenever E3 comes around. I assume there will be an E3 this year. COVID's been kind of still lingering around longer than anybody really hoped for, which you can't really help. But it's things like the Olympics are getting canceled. So the fact that the Olympics might get canceled and E3 wouldn't, that's kind of a stupid argument. It's pretty likely that E3 will probably be canceled again this year. We may get online streaming, like directs, kind of like when Nintendo first started doing, and now everyone's kind of followed suit. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. I'm thinking that they're probably just going to dissolve the Game Pass Gold service and just have one service that just includes your Game Pass by itself, right? So like it comes with the online play and it comes with the Game Pass. No other options. I think this is the first step towards that. And again, it's one of those stronger things. Like, hey, if you come on Xbox, you pay for your monthly subscription, you're gonna get all these games essentially with your subscription. Not for free. I hate using the word for free because you're obviously paying for it, and if you're only playing it for one specific game, it's probably going to exceed the initial value of just buying the game. But the cool thing about Game Pass, and one thing I forgot to mention, is that they also have a service that allows you to buy the games that are on Game Pass forever at a discounted price. I think it's about 15%. Sometimes lower, sometimes more. I think it's 15% though. Maybe 10%. Not entirely sure. But that's also a pretty big incentive too, because if you get on Game Pass and you like the one game you've been trying out, you really want to keep playing it, but you don't want to keep having to pay $15 a month for it, you can just buy it. You can buy it, and it's discounted. So, that's great for like any one specific game that you just don't want to pay for the service for, but you want to keep playing after the service has ended. So, yeah, I mean, overall, this is a pretty interesting move by Microsoft. It was kind of expected, but yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I don't know. I think we're gonna see more moves like this in the future, and I think we're gonna see this. I think we're gonna eventually see the exodus of Game Pass, or I'm sorry, with Xbox Live Gold. So anyway, that's my take on it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to watch more. I appreciate the support, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye bye.